Just because your cat is indoor only doesn't mean that your feline friend can't get its own forms of its favorite exercise. Let's talk about some of my favorite recommendations for exercise for indoor only cats. There's many reasons these days that people may be wanting to keep their cats indoors. It could be about safety, but it can also be that your cat has an underlying medical condition that you want to keep tabs on. Either way, there's many creative ways we can use to get plenty of mental stimulation and exercise for our indoor only cats. One of the easiest ways to get your indoor cat moving is toys. So this can be anything like feather wands, mouse on a string, puzzle feeders, things that get these guys moving. We want to simulate any sort of hunting or chasing activity. These are great ways to get cats active. Now, one thing that I always tell people is if you are using toys with feathers or strings attached, please make sure that these are put away after your short and sweet bursts of playtime. We don't want to leave toys around that can accidentally become unwanted foreign bodies or gut obstructions. Giving your cat vertical and horizontal spaces to climb on is another great way to provide activity. Our cats love to explore, they love to climb, and so using things like scratching posts, cat trees, or even specially mounted shelves on the wall that they have to jump and climb to is a great way to get cats moving around and being more active indoors. It's also important to remember that cats love to scratch. Scratching is a natural stress relieving and marking behavior of cats, and I know owners get frustrated. So it's important to make sure we're giving them safe and appropriate outlets of places to scratch in the house. So scratching posts and boards, you can get cat trees that have scratching surfaces on them. Wherever you want your cat to do it, we can provide many nice places that is not your furniture for them to do this. I really encourage people to make sure that whatever scratching surface you are using is tall enough. Cats like to stretch and scratch vertically, so it's important to have options where we can teach our cat to go to do their scratching. The next thing that we're going to talk about is just interactive playtime. I know I mentioned before that short and sweet sessions are great for cats. Even 5 to 10 minutes multiple times a day can be enough for most indoor kitties, so anything that gets them interacting with you and moving is a great option to provide some source of calorie burning for our indoor-only kitties. One of the favorites in our house for our cat is her Mousey on a String. Ellie loves this toy. It squeaks, it's bright and colorful, and it's got feathers on it. She's a lazy girl, so any way that I can get her up and moving is gonna be an option for me. So like I said, pick your cat's favorite. Make sure that if you are using toys with strings, that we are putting those away as soon as we're done. Exercise doesn't have to be the only way that we are burning calories in our kitties. Another great way is going to be things like interactive food toys. So one that we like to use in our house is called the treat ball. So there's a little opening that you can put dry food or treats into and then close it, and they have to bat it around to get the food to come out. It stimulates a little bit more of the hunting and working for their food that our cats are used to doing. We just have to be careful that if we're using treats or food when it comes to things like exercise, that we are including these in our total daily calories that we're feeding our cat, to make sure that we're not unintentionally causing them to gain weight. Another way we can consider giving our indoor-only cats a little bit more activity is giving them outside space. Now, for some people, this might mean if you don't have a super nervous kitty, training them to go outside on a harness might be a way that we can get them a little bit more active. Like I mentioned, for cats that are a little bit skeptical or a little bit nervous, this might be too stressful and it's not the best option. If you have the space and the cash, I encourage people to consider building some sort of catio. It's an outside space that your cat can access from a window or a door that's completely fenced in. This is a great way for cats to be able to stretch their legs, take in the sights, smells, and scenes of outside without being at risk of some of our outdoor dangers. Remember that every cat is unique and there are plenty of options that we can pick that works to your cat's preferences. Please note, if you ever feel like your cat is struggling with exercise or having difficulty breathing, consult a veterinarian for guidance. Not enough exercise or enough mental stimulation can contribute to health problems and even behavioral issues. So it's important that we as indoor-only cat owners take the initiative and be proactive to provide things like toys, exercise, and interactive games for our cats to keep them happy and healthy.